Hello everyone, welcome back to Lumine K-pop, a home where every story is not just told but felt. Today we won't talk about stage achievements, international collaborations, or streaming records. Today we'll talk about love. A love that silently strengthens a star's steps. A mother's love. No one was truly prepared for that day. Not even the fans. Not even the media. Maybe even not even him, Jeon Jungkook himself. It all started with a suspicious calm, as if the world was holding its breath, waiting for something to break in the seemingly ordinary air. Incheon International Airport, the place of millions of goodbyes and reunions, was suddenly filled with camera flashes, the quick footsteps of reporters, and the tense whispers of fans trying to make sense of what was happening. Jungkook appeared, calm, seemingly determined, but something was different. The way he didn't look directly at the camera, the way his manager stood too close, too alert, too quiet. When asked if the departure was related to Louis Vuitton, there was only a faint smile from the manager. A smile too small to be happy, but too real to ignore. A few hours later, the internet exploded. A leaked video, short but enough to shake things up. Jungkook in a secret New York studio, trying on unreleased haute couture. A team of stylists around him worked in silence but at a fast pace. On one of the clothes hung a label, Louis Vuitton. The excitement was palpable. Fans screamed, USA Fashion Week? Jungkook? As a main model? But not everyone was celebrating. Behind the explosion of emotion, there was a growing sense of worry. Because they knew Jungkook wasn't just a star, he was a human being. And a stage that big could change everything. Then something happened that made it all seem strange. Park Jimin. The day after Jungkook left, he was spotted at the airport. Alone. No big suitcase. Just a hoodie, sunglasses, and a bag. No plans to go to the US. No projects, no promotions. Too many coincidences. A fan said she overheard Jimin say on the phone, "He's been acting a bit different lately. I can't just sit here." The words hit the fandom like an earthquake. And everything changed. Jimin landed in New York and headed straight to Louis Vuitton's headquarters. No reporters. No fans. And a few hours later, a meeting. Jimin and Jungkook. In a top-floor lounge at a luxury hotel. No media. Just the testimony of a hotel staffer. A raised voice. A long pause. A hand over the face. A hug that was too long to be a formality. And suddenly the world stopped. Louis Vuitton made it official. Jeon Jungkook is the face of USA Fashion Week 2025. History was made. A Korean male idol was the main model on one of the world's most prestigious runways. When the day arrived, the hall was filled with fashion's elite. Big names like Vogue, GQ, Harper's Bazaar, they were all there. The music started. The lights went down. And from behind the curtain, he emerged. Jungkook. His stride was steady. His walk was elegant. He didn't just wear the clothes, he lived them. There was something in his eyes, not just confidence but stitched wounds. Fragility that had been hidden behind a smile for years. And in the front row, Jimin. Standing. Clapping. With tears threatening to fall. His smile wasn't just support. It was recognition of a struggle they both knew no one else could see. But it wasn't over yet. In a rare interview with Vogue a few days after the show, Jungkook finally spoke. "I wanted to prove something to myself," he said. "But I forgot that strength doesn't mean doing everything by yourself." I'm grateful Jimin reminded me of that. And that's when the story took a turn. Behind the cheers, there were long nights that weren't seen by the cameras. Behind the Louis Vuitton glamour, there were fears that were never talked about. Insiders say that 2 weeks before the show, Jungkook almost pulled out. He didn't feel good enough. Too much pressure. Too much expectation. Then Jimin showed up. Not to provide a solution, but to be there. to be an anchor when the waves were too high. And in that one encounter, it wasn't Louis Vuitton that saved Jungkook. It was his best friend. He would have done the same for me, Jimin later said when asked about his decision to fly without a plan. That one sentence became a new mantra among the fandom, among those who knew how deep that silent love was. While the world praised Jungkook's looks, his steps, his style, ARMY praised something else: his courage, his vulnerability, and how strong love can be to hold someone back from destruction. And then that night came. A secret photo was shared. Jungkook and Jimin walked along the Hudson River. No smiles, no words, just slow steps side by side. But the photo told a story about peace after a storm, about two brothers who don't need words to understand each other. A few days later, in an unannounced late-night broadcast, Jungkook appeared. No makeup, just a hoodie and a soft voice. He confessed to being afraid. He confessed to feeling inadequate. But he also confessed that seeing Jimin waiting for him backstage made all that weight evaporate. ARMY cried. They sent love messages, videos, poems, songs. Jungkook trended not because it was fantasy, but because it was real, because of loyalty. And on the final night in Manhattan, a quiet dinner took place. No cameras, just the two of them, a few crew members, and one waitress who heard Jimin say before he left, "You did well. You really did." The words became the whispers of the fandom, titles of fan art, the reminders of anyone who's ever doubted themselves. Now everyone's asking, what's next? Is this the beginning of a new era for Jungkook? Will BTS stay together or start exploring their own worlds? No one knows for sure. But if there's one thing everyone knows for sure, it's this: no matter what happens, they'll never walk alone.
Pierce my heart straight through. I got issues in my head. I like you in my bed, but you keep me on red. Oh, everything is like a test. I better not text or I'll come off desperate.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby, you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing?
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing. I feel like you think that this amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me?